Race 9 is the Breeders' Cup Mile, and this is a very difficult race, I think. Um, there's no standout superstar in this race, but there are a couple of interesting Europeans, including Circus Maximus, who is 3-1 on the morning line. How do you feel about Circus Maximus?
Okay, Circus Maximus would be the favorite, but I think this race is perfect for an upset. So, okay, in on daily doubles or pick threes, you may use Circus Maximus, but I trying to look a long shot in this race.
And who would that long shot be?
Lord Glitters is 12-1. Okay, he lost to Circus Maximus. Okay, he has some experience here in America.
Yes, he does
Just
have
run.
experience in America. He finished
Yes,
sixth in the
six
2018.
in that was a debut by mile. Yes, that was debut by mile. But that was last year.
I don't know. I don't like Lord Glitter's last three races. He finished eighth in the Queen Elizabeth II at Ascot. He finished sixth in the Godmont International. He finished fifth in
Uh,
the Sussex,
the
Sussex Stakes.
the Mount International was another distance. It was a mile and 5/16. So you can delete that race. Can take into account that race.
Okay, but the other two races were 1 mile. He hasn't won since June 18 when he took the Queen Anne Stakes at Royal Ascot.
The other long shot I see, maybe I don't know if Uni is going to be 4-1, 5-1. Uni.
She's 7-2 on the morning line. I think that's pretty accurate, actually.
I think this race suits for a closer. Has a win. Well, it was at Del Mar, but it was at California. I
Right.
think if the pace collapse, Uni would have a shot.
She is trained by Chad Brown, and she did win the First Lady Stakes. She finished third in the 4-star Dave. But I like the other female horse in the race. I think Got Stormy is probably my choice. She has a bit more tactical speed than Uni, and she did finish first in the 4-star Dave. She beat Uni by two and a half lengths, and then she finished second in the Woodbine Mile. I think Got Stormy is my choice just because she has a bit more speed.
What happened to God Stormy last time? Do you think that was a very hot pace, or
I think so. I don't know for sure, but the pace figures for on time, the pace figures on Timeform US signal that it was a fast pace because the first three fractions are marked in red. I think it was probably a fast pace, and I think this time there isn't a crazy pace setter that's gonna make it that fast. I think Silent Poet just went too fast. He went in 22 and 44 for a 1 mile race.
so you see her running more relaxed this time?
I don't know if she's going to be running that relaxed because it's still the Breeders' Cup Mile and there's going to be a lot of quality horses next to her, but I think she'll be in a good position.
Because on first look, I like it, the ladies against the boys, Uni and God Stormy.
Yeah, actually, their odds are kind of low, but I think 7-2 on Got Stormy is fair enough. I think it might even drift up a little. All right, so who's your final pick again? Is it Lord Glitters?
Okay, Uni, God Stormy, and this guy Lord Glitters. At least he's a grade one winner, so
Right.
I tried with him.
Okay, I'll take Got Stormy. I'll have to think about who my other long shots are, but I just think Got Stormy will be in the best position. Let's talk about the Breeders' Cup Distaff. This is another big field. Well, 11 horses, and the favorite's going to be Midnight Bisu. She is in great form, obviously. She has 7 wins out of 7 starts this year, and she just won the Beltane Stakes at Belmont Park over Wildcat. And 2 starts ago, she beat a late in the personal ensign at 9 furlongs. So she has 2 9-furlong wins in a row. I think she's good. I just think her price is too low. What do you think?
Midnight Bishu has distance limitation at 9 furlongs. Do you think that is right?
I think so, but obviously she just won twice at 9 furlongs, so Distant limitations or not, she's still going to run a fast race.
Last time she beat a 9 furlongs, she beat Wildcat. And Wildcat is not the same filly that last year.
She ran okay in the Belday.
Wildcat tried to win, but then faded on the stretch.
Right.
I think, okay, he's the fair favorite. He's Midnight Bishu. We are right on that. But I will try to beat her two with two horses. Blue Price. Blue Price is in top form. He won very well the Spinster. I think they changed a bit her running style. You see now she's running off the lead, off the pace. They will try to run again on that way. And the other filly, or now it's Merla, now she's a mare, is Paradise Woods. My concern is the post position, the rail. He tends to break sometimes to break slow. So if he breaks slow, she's done. She needs to break well and try to win this race gate to wire.
I think Paradise Woods is a pretty good mare when she's on the lead or when she goes for the lead. I don't think the rail is too bad for her because I don't see a lot of major. Well, there's Serengeti Empress actually, but we'll see. If Paradise Woods could secure an uncontested lead, she could win. But Serengeti Empress would have to break poorly.
But Serengeti Empress is on post 9. So I think if Paradise Woods breaks well, she can take the lead.
My pick is always Candy. She was third in the Zenyatta Stakes. I just think she likes this course. I think she got a bad ride last time, coming from fifth. I think as long as she shows more speed coming out of the gate, Always Candy maybe could post an upset. This is a John Sadler filly, and I just think she's an improving kind of horse.
He started her career on turf. You see,
Right.
by Candy Ride out of a stroll mare, maybe some turf on the damp side, turf influence on the damp side. But she's a winner on dirt, so that doesn't matter.
What do you think of her, though? What do you think of her chances?
I didn't like her last race. I don't know what happened to her. She was the favorite, but she didn't show up.
Like I said,
And
she was taken back at
and,
the start.
and the other race, he beat Secret Spice. So I really don't like her. Yes, I kind of disagree with you in this race. I think Blue Price has a huge chance to win. Midnight Bishu, the logical choice. And Paradise Woods, if she breaks well, has a huge shot.
Okay, I'll go with Ollie's Candy and maybe Street Band, and I'll say Midnight Bisu will be in the mix somehow.
I really think this race would be for the olders. I can see the 3-year-olds winning.
We'll see. We got to move on to race 11. This is the Breeders' Cup Turf, and the Breeders' Cup Turf is an important race for Bricks and Mortar. He has Horse of the Year on the line, and with a win in this race, it would be almost impossible to deny him the award. But he's not a lock to win this race. There's a couple of good horses from Europe in here, like Old Persian, Anthony Van Dyck. What do you think of Bricks and Mortar?
This is his first time for over 12 furlongs. I don't know. I prefer to watch him. I don't like him at this distance. I'm going in this race. I'm going with the Europeans. I really prefer All Persian over Anthony Van Dyck. All Persian, yes, All Persian. Okay, he broke slow in the Northern Dancer. Okay, that was a very weak field, but it was only a prep. Yes, you noticed on Maiden, he beat a weak field on his first race and then won the Shima Classic. So it is likely the same. He won the Northern Dancer, a kind of weak field, but he's ready to win this one.
Yeah, that's my concern about Old Persian. There wasn't anything in the Northern Dancer at Woodbine. Nessie was the runner-up. Focus Group was third.
Yes, but that was only a prep, so it's okay.
I'll just stick with bricks and mortar, I think. I don't have a strong opinion on this race, but I do think the Europeans could win too. So I do think Old Persian could win. Anthony Van Dyke could win. Any other Europeans in this race?
It's not the
Alan
distance
Matt?
a concern to you
Wait, distance a concern for who?
for bricks and mortar.
No, not really. This is a son of Giants Causeway, and the Dam Beyond the Waves ran 25 times, and all of those starts were routes. I don't see a problem for him.
Not he beat his last race was the Arlington Million, and he beat Magic Wand, but only 3/4 of length. Magic Wand is not, I think, it's not a really good. He's not a really good filly. He's okay, but this is another level.
Well, we'll see. I think good horses find a way to win, and he's used to America. He's used to these turf courses, so I'll just stick with him. But I will have to look at this race a bit more. All right, let's move on to race 12. Let's talk about the Breeders' Cup Classic. This is one of the weakest Breeders' Cup Classics in years, but it's an interesting betting race. And the favorite will be Mackenzie. He's 3-1. He finished second in the Awesome Against Stakes, and he didn't win, but I thought he got a bad ride in the race. I thought Mike Smith rated him when he should have just sent to the lead, and I think that's why he couldn't catch up with Mongolian Groom in the end. I think the fractions were too slow. And now Joel Rosario is going to ride. How do you think Rosario will do on him?
I'm against McKinsey, mainly because I think he has some distance limitations. 10 furlongs is not his distance. He's better on 9 furlongs. Yes, 10 furlong and over this track, this deeper track, I don't think he can get the distance.
One more chance for me, because I think he's going to try for an aggressive strategy. I think they're going to go for the lead out of the gate. I don't know. Maybe he could stay there, because there isn't a lot of speed in the race.
Maybe speed, maybe Word of Will try to take the lead.
Oh, right, because he has blinkers.
Mongolian Groom? No.
No, I don't think Mongolian Groom is really a true pace setter. He just kind of fell into the lead.
I think the pace setter would be Word of Will this time.
Right, and I'm not going to pick War of Will, but I suppose you're right. Maybe he could try to soften up McKenzie a little bit. My pick is going to be Higher Power. I'm hoping that he could run back to his Pacific Classic race when he won by 5 lengths. I know he didn't run well in the Awesome Against Stakes, but he stumbled at the start. Do you have any thoughts on him?
I agree with you. He's also my top pick, Higher Power. I think he would like the distance, and also he was eliminated at the start in the Awesome Again. He stumbled, and that was all. And he also, despite that issue, he ran well. He was third. He finished third. But right. I think the distance would be okay for him. So I'm picking him as my top choice.
Well, we finally agree on something.
Yes. My second choice is Vino Rosso, another horse that like the distance and also has a win at Santa Anita.
I think Vino Rosso is a good horse, but I'm just worried about Todd Pletcher. I don't think he wins that many Breeders' Cup races.
Well, he won the distaff with Stop Charming Maria.
Oh, yeah. And he won one of the juvenile races with Bulletin last year.
But a BC Classic, I can't remember. A Pletcher
I don't think he's had a winner in this race.
What about Owendale?
Yeah, he's my second or third choice. I thought he ran better than it looked in the Travers. I thought that the rail was dead, and that kind of affected him, and that he won with a wide trip in the Oklahoma Derby. He made a nice middle move.
Yes, I'm agree with you again. In the Preakness, he was very, very wide and finished strong. Then in the Travers, he was stuck on the inside. I didn't like that trip, and he ran well. Also, he is by Into Mischief. I think this is the first Into Mischief that can get the 10 furlongs.
Well, I thought Audible could get it, but he just ran into Justify.
Also, I like Javier Castellano on the saddle.
Right. Javier Castellano is a very good jockey when it comes to judging what the pace scenario is. I think Owendale has good odds, 15-1. I think you have to use him. How do you feel about Code of Honor?
Code of Honor is a horse that I don't like too much. That change of plans. The first plan was rest the horse for next year, but then they changed their mind and entered the horse on the race. So maybe it wasn't a trainer decision. It was an owner decision. I don't know. At first time, I need to find the news, but he wasn't considered to the BC Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and then they changed the plan. So
He is one of my choices. He's not my top choice, though. I would say he's maybe my third or fourth choice behind Higher Power McKenzie. Who is my third choice? Owendale. But I like him because he's won twice at 10 furlongs now. And, well, this is a 10 furlong race, and it's not the strongest classic field. But if what you said is true, then that is a concern that they weren't actually pointing to this race.
and it's his first time at Santa Anita. I don't know if he would like the surface.
I did say the surface might be kind of strange, and I don't know for sure if it'll help closers or if it'll help speed. Right now, it seems like a speed course, but we'll see.
What about Elate?
I think she could hit the board. I think she likes 10 furlongs. I think if she runs her best race, she could run maybe third or fourth, we'll say. How about you?
Yeah, he's 3 for 3 at the distance, but against Phillies and weaker groups. This is another league, and yes, she can hit the board, but I can't see her winning the race.
Right. This is her final career start, from what I understand. So there's no reason for them to hold back. I think they're just going to train her as well as they can and hope she runs her best race.
Okay, and finally, we need to talk about Yoshida now with
Okay.
Mike Smith in the saddle.
Oh, yeah, Mike Smith. A lot of people like Mike Smith as a closer rider because he rode Zenyatta. I think he's a good fit for Yoshida, but I don't know if he could win.
I mean, this year the horse has zero victories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe okay. I must use on trifectas.
Yeah, I think Yoshida is always a threat to hit the superfecta. He's always going to come late. It's just a matter of whether he's going to come too late, and in most of his races, he comes too late to actually win the race.
Do you think Mongolian Groom is going to bounce back? To bounce, sorry.
No, I don't believe in the balance theory that much. I think horses run their races, and I don't think they're going to regress off a big effort just because they ran a big effort. But I don't know if Mongolian Groom likes 10 furlongs. That's my concern. But he could prove me wrong. I'm just not going to bet him.
Okay, the horse always run well. So the only bad race was over the turf this year.
Right. And I think his other bad race was also at Charlestown, where he finished fifth by 7 lengths.
Yeah, that was a Charlestown, another track.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're right. Maybe 10 furlongs is too much for him.
Yeah. If he wins, then I lose. Do you think he's part of the superfecta?
No, I don't see him in the superfecta. I think he's going to finish in the middle of the pack. Something like that. Oh.
Let's give our final conclusion on the classic. So, like I said, my choice is a Higher Power. My second choice is a McKenzie, and then Owendale for a long shot, and maybe Code of Honor third or fourth.
My top pick is Higher Power. My second choice, Vino Rosso. And my third choice is Owendale.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks for watching this recording of our Breeders' Cup analysis day 2, and maybe we'll see you next week.